second level. And here's the boot. It's a short kick. It's end over end, caught by the Rockies, Houston Hodges. He's going to keep it and go to the right side. Gets up 25, goes 30. He hits the 35 before he's brought out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rockies up at the Northwood Rocky 35-yard line, 8 seconds in to this contest. Gordy Holloway is your quarterback for the Rockies. Again, a 50% passer, 25 of 50 on the year, 515 yards throwing the football, 5 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's averaging right around 86 yards throwing the football. We'll work with a wingback T formation right off the bat here as Holloway gets his boys under, and now we got a misdirection. It's a head up to Brock Smith, got a hole.
Big
Left
hole.
side 25, takes it outside 50, down to the Northwood 45, 40, Brock down inside around the 35-yard line, and a late flag thrown, and that'll be on Northwood. Derek Yoder, the corner, will get flagged for this one.
Yeah, it's a face mask. He had him around the face mask as he brought him down, so that's going to be additional yardage on top of a great run. Brock kept it inside, and then broke it to the outside where the hole was, and got it down to the 35-yard line, and then this face mask will move it even farther. We'll see where they end up actually spotting the ball, and they're going to run it all the way down there. It's going to be a 15-yarder.
First downs for Plymouth have been outstanding all season long. We have averaged every single game by game's end an average of 6 yards a carry on first down scenarios. That's just getting it done.
Yeah, 45-yard total on that with the penalty. We're on the 20.
1st and 10 for the Rockies at the 20-yard line of Northwood. Wing back T left, and now it's going to be a handoff, and it's Brock Smith going to get caught in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of about 5 yards. Dropped back to the 25. On the tackle there was Northwood's number 75. He's a big fella. Kyle Mishler, 5'11", 251-pound junior. Mishler this season collects tackle number 23.
And it pushes the ball back to the 23-yard line. 2nd and 13.
All right, so they spot it at the 23. That'll help. 2nd and 13. All right, we'll have double tights. Young on the left side, Himes on the right. This time it's a straight T formation for the Rockies. Under the center, it's Holloway, and here's the snap. And he's going to roll to his left to throw the football. Breaking a tackle is Young, and then Holloway gets tackled. The ball is loose, and it's grabbed at the 29-yard line. Recovered, though, back by Plymouth, as I think they knocked it back out of bounds.
I don't know if anybody had possession when it went out of bounds. They're conferring, but I think what you're going to find
Plymouth
here
will get the ball back.
Yeah, Plymouth will get the ball as no one had possession when it went out of bounds. And that would be another loss, though, as Gordy couldn't find an open receiver and just kind of hung on to the ball too long there and was tackled from behind. And that'll push us clear back to
drop us up to the 28-yard line now. So we're going the wrong way instead of forward on this drive, which now is at 3rd down and 18. And now back up to the 28-yard line of Northwood.
So Northwood obviously are going to focus on Curtis Ivey and Linnell Himes. So let's see what we do.
All right, Curtis Ivey will split off to the right. It'll be a wing T left this time. Hodges is the wingman. Here's the snap. It'll be Holloway to throw the ball. He's going to look to the near corner over the middle to Himes. Tipped up in the air. Himes caught it. 5. He scores into the end zone. Linnell Himes with a great catch as he tipped the deflection up. And then he went diving into the end zone inside the 5, and the Rockies on the board.
Well, that was just an absolute great concentration. He just has unbelievable hands. The defensive player right there tipped it up in the air. Linnell brings it down after he takes another step and scores. Again, just a perfect Linnell Himes type play.
So Tyler Shook with the PAT, where he is 80% coming into tonight. The place, the boot, it's up, it's through, and the Rockies are on the board 7-0. Wow. 4 plays, 65 yards, a great catch by Linnell Himes for his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Rockies now lead 7-0 here in the early stages at Andrews Field. We'll keep it here, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered after a few negative plays a moment ago.
That's right. It only took 1:31 to make that happen. And what can you do on 3rd down? And again, the 3rd and long on that time, which is what we did.
Right to left on your radio dial. Corey Brown is back to receive. And so is Derek Yoder. And it will be Yoder backing up to his 5 to grab it. Scampers to the middle 10, 15, 20. Shoot to 25, breaks a tackle 30. Takes the outside 40. Being chased down at the 50, broke it. Now to the Rocky 40, tripped up at the 35. Tyler Shuck may have just saved a touchdown on a great return by Derek Yoder.
Well, it was a great return, great blocking. Really, a couple Rockies missed, but it was just a great return. And you got to give a lot of credit to Tyler Shuck for holding his ground there, fighting off the blocker and making that tackle to save the touchdown. They're on the 31 of Plymouth. Short field.
So you talk about how do the Panthers come back to react? Well, that's how you get it started, as Derek Yoder with a great return. And it'll be the Panthers in good field position at the Rocky 32-yard line. 1st and 10. Twins to the left. They're in the eye behind Brett 9. And here's the handoff to the tailback, Deemer. He's going to get inside the 30 and scamper to the 25-yard line, as it was a gut play up the middle. Deemer, we talked about him, a 5'10", 160-pound senior with his 63rd carry of the season. He's now over the 290 mark in yardage on the ground.
There's an outstanding Plymouth crowd here tonight, despite the cold. And, of course, Northwood always has a good crowd at home, but a great away crowd for Plymouth.
Derek Yoder splits off to the right. Cam Spittles is to the left. Backs lined up in the eye, and Miranda at the fullback position. Deemer at the tail. Here is 9 back to throw. Now he's going to attempt to tuck and run. He escapes left side. Goes to the 25, and he's going to be tackled just shy of the 20. Right at the 21-yard line. That's close to the first down marker, but he may be shy by maybe a yard, depending where they spot the football. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up here for the Panthers. Good job by Brent 9, but I'll tell you, if you can't keep him in the pocket, you're asking for trouble. This kid's a very good scrambling quarterback.
And the Boz is the one that flushed him out of there. The bull rush right up the middle and flushed him out of the pocket, but we just lost containment, and as you said, he's a great scrambling quarterback.
Checking in late is receiver Aaron Rode, a 6', 150-pound junior. He will join Spittles off to the right. Backs will be offset eye left. And 9's going to hand off up the middle. Deemer. That'll be a first down run across the 20 for the Panthers. And that will move the chains. So Deemer getting the call, getting the blocking up front. And that was key there. Again, that offensive line is a very good line for the Panthers this year. With Michelet, Raymer, I tell you, that kid is just a hard-nosed senior. And talking with Coach earlier today, this season, one of the reasons why Northwood has been successful has been the play of Raymer. He just does a great job off the snap and staying low. They got a receiver to the left in Zeltwanger. They got a receiver down low in Rode. Backs in the eye behind 9, the quarterback. And it's going to be a handoff to the fullback, Miranda, and the Rockies stuffed that one before it got started. Maybe a gain of a yard on that Tony Miranda carry. Miranda came in averaging right around 4 yards, gets about 1 there.
Nice job by Bubba Gaines shoving it up and closing it up there in the middle. They've been trying to run off that right side and not straight at Boswell in the middle, but that time they ran right up the middle and just for a very small gain of 1 yard.
It'll be a 2nd and 9 coming up now for the Panthers at the Rocky 18-yard line. They're trying to punch it in after the Rockies have just scored. It'll be a receiver to the top, receiver down low. Backs in the eye, and here's the snap. And 9's going to keep the ball, and he cuts it inside the corner, breaks the tackle, 15, on his feet across the 5, tripped up before the end zone, and a great run again by the quarterback, Brent 9.
Yeah, he's just a young man waiting to break out and have a breakout game, and we sure don't want it to be against us. That was a great run. We blitzed, and he ran right through the blitz. And then, of course, when you do that in blitz, there's not very many people back here to make the tackle. The ball down to the 3-yard line.
7:45 remaining in the first, and now the Panthers in a 1st and goal from the 3. So the Panthers wanting to punch it in here. 9 surveys the defense, backs in the eye. It's 9 to hand it off to Deemer. Can he get in there? The Rockies stop him probably at the 2, maybe 1 yard line, depending where they spot the football. But Deemer stopped his run, and when he started chopping his feet, that was it. The Rockies were already swarming on it and made the tackle there.
Yeah, sometimes when that hole's not there, you just got to drop that head and go for it. He didn't have a hole, so as Tony said, he kind of stood up and chopped his feet, not gave us a great chance to tackle him.
2nd and goal now for the Panthers at the 1-yard line. Checking into the game now is Coy Brown, the 5'10", 183-pound sophomore. This will be his first time on the offensive side of the ball. They're going with a full house backfield look themselves. How about that? So 9 behind the center. Here is the handoff, and Miranda gets in easily. So Miranda into the end zone, and the Panthers answer right back with a touchdown of their own.
And here's where all these extra points start to really be really important as the game rolls on. Northwood missed a big one last week. They're going to be set up to execute again here. But boy, they made that drive look pretty easy, Tony. We have given up very few points in the first quarter all season long.
That's our first touchdown we've given up in the first quarter.
Right.
Well, the PAT will be done by Connor Beckwith, who is 9 of 12 coming into tonight. But he missed a big one yesterday. Low snap, but he gets the line drive through, and it ties the game.
That was not pretty, but it went through.
7 plays, 31 yards. A great kickoff return by Derek Yoder. Set it all up, and 3.5 chewed off the clock. And on a Maggie Moo's ice cream and treatery scoreboard, it is tied up at 7. The Panthers and the Rockies on AM 1050 Sport.
Well, it was just a great execution by the offense after the great kickoff return as they ran right through our defense.
Another little soft kick that bounces at the 20, taken by Houston Hodges. He's going to hand off near side to Curtis Ivy. He slips 2 tackles near sideline 30, cuts it inside 35, rocked at the 38-yard line by Deemer, but good field position for the Rockies to start this next drive. Right, Deemer was right there, waiting for Ivy to cut in on him, and he did in whop.
But Ivy was first drew contact at the 23 and managed to get the ball up to the 38, so that's just a great return. Yes.
All right, Grody Holloway will now bring his offense back to the field. Andrews Field.
A lot of history.
Lot of history indeed. Jim Andrews, named after Jim Andrews, former head coach who died tragically in a car accident. T formation. Holloway hands it off. Hodges got a nice hole right side. 45. It's a 50. First and out, stays on his feet. Northwood 40. Brought down inside the 35 at the 34. Great run by Houston Hodges. And a nice first down gain for the Rockies again.
Yeah, again, that off that right side. And Tony, it's just great blocking at the line of the track. Allows them to get that momentum going. And that was just a great run.
So 6:24 remaining in the opening quarter, tied at 7 on the Maggie Moo's ice cream and treatery scoreboard. T formation for the Rockies, ball at the right hash mark side of the field on the Northwood 34. T formation, here's Holloway. It's going to be a handoff middle guy. That's Brock Smith getting the call. He keeps his legs turning inside the 30 to the 28. So another great run there by the Plymouth running back.
Well, they're definitely giving Lowell something to look at as Brock Smith really carrying the ball more than normal. That's his 4th carry, Tony, and he's going to be over 60 yards here when we get this added up. 4 carries for 60 yards now for Brock Smith, and that's a great start.
All right, Trent Kaiser now on the offense, and he's going to be lining up in a wingback T. The wingback left, that is Hodges. It's a pitch near side to Brock. Gets to the 30. Trent Kaiser to the 25. Oh, nice sidestep 20. And then he's hit right at the 18-yard line, close to another first down run. And that will be a first down for the Rockies as we move the chains again.
Yeah, the Rockies offense is just shredding the defense as our running attack looks like it did against Elkhart Memorial, where we could just run at will. And so far, Northwood's not had any answer to our running attack.
So 1st and 10 for the Rockies down at the Northwood 18-yard line. We talked about the Rockies and their first down average this season, averaging 6 yards a carry, and they've done well here. Hodges and Smith are in the backfield with the wing right being shook. That's going to be hand off to Hodges. Barry, nice lead block. 15, cuts it inside 10, stays on his feet, back pedals into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston Hodges. from 18 yards. Scott Berry with a great lead block started it all, and Plymouth now leads 13-7.
Well, again, Houston's been doing that a lot. He's seen on film as using his speed to get to the outside corner, Tony, in the last couple games. He's been cutting it up right at the hash mark on the far side, and that's what he did there. He cut it straight upfield, kept his head down, his momentum low, and they just missed him. Three guys tried to tackle him, and he just kept on moving. Great run by Houston Hodges.
Tyler Shook for the point after. It's up, and that one got very close to the right post, but it stayed inside of it for the extra point. And the Rockies now lead 14-7. And boy, nice drive again by the Plymouth Rockies. 4 plays, 62 yards. Only chewed up a minute 20 worth of clock, but boy, I'll tell you, that offensive line really created so only. $14.95 when you bundle. Call Earmark today. The Rockies kick it off right to left. A ground ball kicked by Shook. It'll be played by Derek Yoder at his 15. Takes the left side at the 20, escapes one tackle, and then not the second or third tackle as he's dropped at the 20-yard line. So the Rockies keep Northwood at the 20 for this drive.
Well, the Rockies offense firing on all cylinders. Now it's time for that defense to take a step up as Northwood ran right through us the last series.
All right, so 9 will hustle out on the field for the Panthers. 47-yard difference in starting position for Northwood this time. The receiver split off to the right of Zeltlanger. Yoder's at top, and now the backs are in the eye. Coy Brown's at the tail. It'll be pitched to Coy. He keeps the ball to the near side. The Rockies are going to stop him right at the 21. They gang tackle. Boy, Coy Brown, being a very strong fella, got himself maybe an extra yard on that tackle there. Brandon Boswell, as the Boz made the tackle. He was one of my keys tonight, Larry, just for the simple reason is that teams are going to be going at him now from this point on because they see how he can stuff up that middle. And, you know, when you face Northwood running game like they do, they want to get the big man moving so they can get him off balance to get him away from play.
Great job by the Rockies, but they got to do it again. Here we go.
Backs in the eye, receiver top and bottom for 9. It's 2nd and 7. It's a handoff to the fullback, Miranda, and the Rockies again will not let anything happen. If anything, no gain or maybe a loss of a yard on that carry by the fullback, Tony Miranda of the Panthers. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo on the tackle there for Plymouth.
Yeah, that was Bubba Gaines, number 58. They had him around with one arm as his blocker was trying to block him, and then the rest of the Rockies came on board just like Tony described, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 7.
From their own 23-yard line with under 4 minutes to go, Rockies leading by a touchdown 14-7 on a Megamoo's Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard. It'll be splits to the, actually twins to the left, and here we go. 9 drops back. He's going to look left. He's going to throw the ball over the middle. Instead, DeBrowne caught it. 45, first down catch. Tackling him is Houston Hodges at the 47. A tremendous play over the middle. Coy Brown, who is grease lightning once he gets the ball, was stopped at the 48. That's a first down passing play of over 20-plus yards.
So the 6'1", 196-pound senior, Brand 9, looking absolutely fantastic tonight. He pushed off that back foot through a perfect strike. Great catch by the receiver, and first down, Northwood.
It'll be Road to the left, joined by, I believe that's Yoder up there. At the top, backs in the eyeball to right hash mark. 9 hands it up to Miranda. Got a big hole across the 50, 45, spun down at the 40. Trent Kaiser makes the tackle, and that's another first down run for the Panthers. I'll tell you what, Larry, they're doing a really good job when they're gutting us up the middle by just taking Boswell and turning his shoulder in. The same with Bubba Gaines.
Yeah, they are looking very good. Their offensive line, one of the best looking offensive lines we've seen so far this year. And again, they're just, they got that big 3rd down conversion, and then on first down, they got that big run like that. That's a surprise.
Well, Boswell just kind of stretching out that left shoulder of his. 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball at the Rocky 40. Twins to the left. Backs in the eye. 9's dropping back for a little out to Coy Brown, and he has to go down as the pass. He had to lunge forward to make the catch, and they end up losing yardage on that little out route to the far side of about 3 yards. So that went the other way.
Yeah, just the execution wasn't there, just as Tony described, and that's what happens when it's not there, is they lose the yardage and they set up a 2nd and 13. Now's the time to get a stop.
The ball placed at the 43-yard line, and now
Well, they gave you a gift there, Tony, by negative yardage on their own, so now we got to take advantage of it.
Spittles and Yoder will split off to the right. Backs in the eye, ball left hash mark from the 43 of Plymouth. It's a full quarterback keep, and it's going to be 9 keeping it, and a great job by Tyler Shuck, our inside linebacker, chasing him down, and I don't think that's a gain at all.
Boy, 9 really thought he had the corner on that, and he was looking far, far ahead, and let me tell you, Tyler just came out of nowhere and made the tackle and brought him down for no gain. Third down.
Down to 2 minutes left to go here in the opening quarter. 3rd and 12, a gain of a yard for the Panthers apparently on that play. They spot the ball at the 42-yard line for this next opportunity. Road will split off to the left. Spittles is down low. Backs will be in the I formation at the right hash mark. Miranda and Brown. 9 under a center. Here comes the blitz by the Rockies. And it's going to be 9. Drop for a sack. Clear back to the 47-yard line.
Well, just perfect timing by Darryl Huff as a 6'1", 194-pound senior. Timed the snap count, went right by the blocker, untouched to the quarterback, and brings up a long 4th down. And Northwood's going, I believe, we'll go back to punt here.
So now it's a punting situation indeed. And back to punt this one away will be Miranda. He's behind his 40. And here comes the snap. Miranda will let it go. Well, it's off his toe, not a very long one, but he's going to drop it and gets a nice Northwood roll inside the 20. And at the 18-yard line is when the ball finally falls dead. So the Rockies defense able to hold up on that drive by the Panthers, which had a couple of good plays, but also some negative. And Rockies looked a little more aggressive there defensively, Larry.
Great timing on the blitz, a great break by Northwood on their first down for us. A great break for us as they fall down for a 4-yard loss on the swing pass. So yes, it was a great stop when we needed it, and let's get that offense rolling. This Northwood team really, you can see their attitude, Tony. They think that they can just take it to us.
1st and 10 for Plymouth, and they're at their 17-yard line. It'll be a wing back right formation, and it's going to be a handoff up the middle box Smith, and he gets across the 20, and a loose ball on the ground.
They ripped it out of there. That's a Chicago Bears rip out, I think.
And we'll see as they have yet to peel the players from this pile. They'll stop the clock at 39 seconds. Players continue to get peeled from the pile.
They stood Brock up there, Tony. They stood Brock up there, and then while he was stood up by somebody else, they went for the strip, and it's going to be Plymouth ball.
Looks like, did Holloway come away with it? No, it was Scott Berry.
Yeah, Scott Berry.
Scott Berry saves the drive.
Another fumble recovery by Plymouth. I think we had 4 last week, 3 or 4, where we recovered our own fumble.
That's 16 fumbles this season by the Rockies offense. And we have recovered all but, I believe, 4. So, it'll be Holloway taking the huddle. 2nd and 7 from the 21 of Plymouth. A T formation here as the clock's down to 14 seconds. Holloway looking. He's going to hand it off. It's going to be a run by Trent Kaiser, 30, 35, 40. Lowers his head, and Buck Smith with another great run. Kaiser going with him. Far side 40, 30, on his feet still, 20. Drop down inside the 10. What a great run by Trent Kaiser. Mercy.
Another big play for the offense, rushing attack, and a good block thrown way downfield there to keep it going.
Smith.
By Brock Smith, and just execution to the best. Again, not a very big hole to start with, but we explode through it, and Kaiser, of course, has that explosion to do that, and that's the end of the first quarter, Tony.
And the Rockies lead 14-7 on the Magaboos Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard. We're back after this 1-minute time in quarter, Larry.
158 yards rushing for Plymouth in the first quarter, only 42 for Northwood. 186 total yards for Plymouth, only 64 for Northwood.
It'll be a wing-back left formation this time with Kaiser and Smith in the backfield. It'll be a handoff. It's Smith getting the call. Kaiser the lead block inside the 5. Dropped at the 3.
Boy, Kaiser moving some people there. Haven't seen him block too often this year, but he was really in there blowing some people around.
Tell you what, though, Brock Smith, he's taking some lumps up there. He's getting hit.
Down to the 3.
2nd and goal, down to the 3-yard line indeed. And this next opportunity Rockies trying to pad their touchdown lead. It'll be wing back right this time. Kaiser will be the blocker on that wing.
Houston.
It'll be Houston next to Smith. Here's Holloway. Hands off Smith right side, and he's met up at the goal line.
Right at the goal line.
Boy, the Panthers stuck it in at the 1 and just threw every black jersey on that point of attack and stopped Brock Smith right at the 1 yard line. So a gain of a yard. 3rd and goal now with a minute gone by here in the second quarter.
Curtis Ivy checks into the lineup for the Rockies. That's a little unusual check in there. We'll see what the Rockies want to do right at the goal line here. I would think you're going to push it with your strong offensive line that we have.
Play clock down to 15. Holloway now breaks the huddle. The ball at the right hash mark at the Northwood 1 yard line. T formation with Hodges, Smith, and Kaiser left to right. Ivy split out right. Here's a hand up at the middle. Scoring is Brock Smith, and the Rockies are on the board again with the touchdown.
A great execution by Gordy Holloway as he had to turn all the way around, spin 360 to get that ball into Brock Smith as Brock hit the line of scrimmage and went right in for the touchdown.
A well-deserved touchdown for Brock Smith. That is his 9th of the season, and the Rockies now lead 20-7 with 10:34 left to go here in the second quarter. And Tyler Shook on for his 3rd point after attempt.
5 plays, 82 yards.
Brock Smith now with 8 carries, and now who jumped?
Well, I think Northwood jumped off sides. Tony, that's going to get us pretty close to the goal line. I don't know if Coach will think about going for 2 here or not, but first of all, we're going to make sure that we didn't jump. Yep, offsides Northwood. That's going to move us very close to the goal line, half the distance to the goal, and sometimes the coaches will try to go for 2 here when they're that close. Well, we'll see what...
You can see across the way that Mike Kirshner is talking with Bob Garrity, and of course Mike has got the headsets up to Paul Patrick, who's our assistant offensive coach.
We got some helmets coming on, Tony.
This looks like we're going to try for 2 here.
They haven't even restarted the play clock, so we're okay with taking time to make that decision.
This will be a 2-point conversion from the 2 yard line here. That's where the football is spotted. So here we go.
A mental error by Northwood could cost them if they can't hold us here.
Kaiser and Smith are the 2 backs behind Holloway. The wing back left, I believe that is Houston. Here's the handoff. It's to Brock Smith. Did he get in? He lunges. Did not make it. The Panthers made the stop. Brock Smith's knee went down before he got in. And the Panthers hold defensively.
Nice play by the Panthers. And again, now they have that extra point miss on their side tonight.
So it's 20-7 with 10:34 left to go here in the second quarter. That ends up being a 5-play, 82-yard drive for the Rockies.
He got in, but his knee went down and he pushed off his knee, and boy, that official on the far side waved it off right away.
All right, Tyler Shook will kick off left to right. And it's another ground ball that's going to be taken by an up back at the 25. That's Deemer. Oh, he leaps over at the 45, gets across the 40, 35, 40, now up to the 45 where he's finally tackled at the legs.
Boy, another good starting position for Northwood. Yeah. They started on our 31 in the first possession. Now they're on their own 45 for the 3rd possession.
10:28 remaining here in the second quarter, 20-7. Rockies have the lead. Good to see my good friend Norm Sellers here, the athletic director of Northwood. Derek Yoder will split out to the near side. Zellweger now at the top. Offset right I formation here for the Panthers, and it's a high end up to Corey Brown. Oh, what a great tackle by Darrell Hoff right at the 45. Gain of maybe a half a yard. A great tackle by Darrell Hoff. They'll give him a yard, and a very generous one at that.
So they're going to look at that on game film and they'll say, you know, boys, we didn't really execute that well. It took too long to get that ball into the hands of the running back, and then a great defensive play by Plymouth. It ends up with a really, I guess they're giving it a half-yard gain.
2nd and 9 up to the 46-yard line of Northwood. Spittles will split off to the left. Yoder's at the top. Backs are lined up in the eye. 9 into the center, is going to throw the football. He dumps it over the middle. Oh, Miranda's open, but he missed it, and it's intercepted at the 25-yard line. Getting that interception there was Houston Hodges.
Well, a very poor decision by 9 there after playing such a great first quarter. He got the pressure on him, and of course that's what makes him make mistakes. He overthrew his receiver by 10 yards. Houston Hodges playing deep center field there, makes the interception, and the Rockies take over.
That's his second interception of the season, so Houston Hodges on the pick. With 9:44 remaining here in the second quarter, will give possession back to the Rockies, who lead it 20-7.
Wow, that was a big, costly pass there by 9.
I tell you, the Rockies defense, that's the 9th interception this season by the Rockies defense. That's just getting it done.
That is getting it done. And again, that was a great catch. It wasn't, easy interception.
Wing back left formation for the Rockies from their 26. Holloway's going to hand it off right side. Looks for Kaiser 30, and he's caught from behind right at the 32. Getting that tackle there for the Panthers was number 48, linebacker Tony Miranda. Tony Miranda, number 2 on the team in tackles, coming into tonight's game for the Panthers.
A 6-yard gain, but a great tackle to prevent the first down.
So the Rockies get their average on first down carries, and now it's 2nd and 4, up to the 32-yard line with 9:15 remaining in the first half.
Gordy with only one pass.
Wing back left formation here for the Rockies. Holloway into the center, and the Northwood Panthers jump.
I didn't see a Rocky move, so I got to believe this is offside Northwood. It's going to give us 5 yards in the first down.
So with 9:02 remaining,
Northwood picks up their second offsides here in just a few minutes. Gives us another 5 free yards.
Well, penalties for the Panthers have cost them 335 yards. That's 96 more yards than their opponents this season. That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough to recover. That's putting a lot of pressure on your defense.
Those little things that make the difference in those close games.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Rockies, and now they've moved up to the 37-yard line. It'll be a wing back left formation. Houston is that wing left. Shook and Kaiser are the backs behind Holloway. It's going to be Holloway to throw the ball over the middle. Caught by Young. Belted at the 50. Still a 12-yard catch, and we'll move the chains again.
A nice catch as he was hit with the ball still up in the air.
That's Johnson, I'm sorry. Eddie Johnson with a great catch.
He's really feeling that hit. He's going to shake it off, though. But then, of course, a great pass by Gordy as he can hit that tight end dump right on the numbers every time. He is a great lead passer.
Eddie Johnson with that reception. That's his second of the season. He's now got 25 yards receiving.
Trying to give Lowell again something new to look at.
Wing back left for the Rockies again. The wing is Houston. Holloway handing it off to Shook up the middle. Keeps churning across the 50. Lunges to the 46. A nice run by Tyler Shook, the fullback.
Yeah, that's something that Northwood just can't allow, as they had him for no gain, and he was able to shake loose a tackle and then lunge forward to pick up, they're going to give him 3, but I'd say 4 yards.
So it's going to be 2nd and 7 on the scoreboard. The ball up to the Northwood 47. Just under 8 remaining in the half. It'll be Ivy split off to the left, and Gordy Holloway now is split off to the right with Trent Kaiser, and we got the Wildcat formation here for the Rockies. Hodges is the quarterback here. That's going to be a handoff right side. Smith is going to get by 1, gets to the 45, a gain of about 3 yards.
Nice decision by Brock Smith to cut it up and get past the one defender for some positive yardage.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and about a long 4 coming up here for the Rockies. So the Wildcat formation shown in that particular play. Now Holloway will come to the huddle for the next offering. The ball planted right at the 44-yard line of Northwood. Ivy splits off. He's all alone at top. Wing back right. Kaiser's the wing. Got Shook and Hodges in the backfield. Hand off Hodges over the left guard, and he's caught from behind. Miranda did a great job shooting through one of the gaps on that right side and on the left side of the offensive line, and was able to make the tackle for a no-gainer. And now it's going to be 4th and long, a loss of about 2 yards on that carry for Houston.
Yeah, I don't know what the coaches are going to do here, but I think we're going to punt and pin him back here. And of course, we're going to have Houston do the punting, so you never know what we're going to do. As sometimes he slides the ball and then punts on the run. Sometimes he'll fake the punt and run it forward.
Well, looks like Houston's changing the play call here. Here's the snap. Brock Smith goes in motion. It'll be a handoff to Brock. Here's a reverse to Kaiser near side. We're going to have a first down run. 45-40. Kaiser 35-30. Brock down around the 25. And what a play call by the Rockies. They work it to perfection and get the first down as they had the entire Northwood defense going left. And the play was reversed to the right, and Kaiser had all kind of room.
I think Kaiser would be the lead running back for most teams, as he really ran that ball around the corner well, really stretched out his strides well, and long strides, quick strides, and picks up a great first down.
Approaching the 6-minute mark remaining here in the second. The Rockies lead 20-7 on the Megaboo's Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard. 1st and 10. It'll be Ivy split off to the left, and now Holloway and Kaiser split off to the right. Again, Hodges will be quarterbacking here in a shotgun. Now Himes, he comes out, and Hodges is going to keep the ball. Look for an opening. Gets to the inside the 25, drop at the 24, and a flag is thrown. And I think this is going to be on Damon Howe.
They get Damon for a hold there. 2 officials called it, so I don't think it's a block in the back hold. So they're going to call it a block in the back, and they're going to mark us back 10 yards from there, putting us on the 40-yard line. So a huge loss for the Rockies.
So it's 1st and 10.
They're talking to Northwood here. I'm really not sure why they would be talking. It's a no-brainer to take that penalty, I would think.
So holding indeed.
And it'll be first down, but they're going to move us clear back to the 40.
Is that a blocking in the back call?
Yep, that's a block in the back.
Sorry.
You know,
I missed that one. So that penalty will drop us to the 40 of Northwood. We have 5:44 left to go in the second. It'll be a first down and a whole bunch.
Yeah, we need to get to the 16-yard line. Let our listeners know how far we need to get here. I think Curtis Ivy hasn't touched that ball, so let's see if we get him, Curtis, out here isolated one-on-one.
We need 24 yards for all you mathematicians out there.
Down to 5 on the play clock.
Ivy split left. The snap is good before the time expired. Holloway, all kinds of room. Reverses play to the near side for Hodges, and it's intercepted at the 25. Spittles intercepted it. Gets to the 35, 40, brought down at the 44.
Nice interception by Northwood. That ball just kind of hung in the air too long, too much ground to cover, going cross field that deep. If you're going to go across the field, you need to shorten that route up and throw the ball quicker.
Said I left. Twins to the top. 9 under the center. Ball at the left hash mark from the 44. 9's going to hand it off to Brown over the right guard. His first real big run gets him across the 50 down to the Rocky 48. So that's going to be about a good 8-yard carry for Coy Brown. A very promising looking young sophomore running back who's very big for a sophomore.
Yeah, Rockies really just never got a good hand on him all the way there until the end.
2nd and 2 now off that 8-yard gain by Coy Brown. Derek Yoder will split off to the right, and down low you got the receiver Aaron Rode. That's going to be 9 to hand it off to Brown again over the left tackle this time. He gets the first down run crossing the 45 down at the 44. On the stop, Brock Smith, the Plymouth outside linebacker, and that will stop the clock at 4:29 left to go in the second.
Nothing fancy about what Northwood's trying to do here. They're just some good blocking at the line of attack, slanting right off the left side, right side, trying to run that ball.
So a whole new set of rounds for the Panthers as Cam Spittles comes in with a new play call for Northwood. He'll join Rode off to the right, so it's Twins right. Backs in the eye for Brent 9 underneath his center, Raymer. And here's the quick snap and a hand up. Nope, it's going to be kept at option right side. Taken by Brown, slipped, and a leg tackle didn't help his cause by Trent Kaiser right at the 43. A gain of about 3.5, 4 yards.
A good positive gain on a play that didn't really look that good timing-wise, but they still, on the option, were able to pick up about 3 yards.
Zeltwanger now will check in to be one of the receivers on this next play for the Panthers, which has 3:48 on the big board, counting down. Play clock down to 14, plenty of time Yoder's the other receiver. He's at top. So one left, one right, and 9 backs lined up in the eye. For the right hash mark, 9's going to look to throw the ball. He can't find anybody over the middle. Now he starts running. 40, got a hole, 35, 30. Runs for a first down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Brent 9 did a great job of not panicking. He found the hole and then took off.
Yeah, a great job by his offensive line of keeping the Rockies off of him and giving him a lane up the middle to run. And that's probably at his best when he scrambles.
So 3.5 left to go in the second quarter, and another first down on this drive for the Panthers, which has carried them to the 29 of Plymouth. It'll be Derek Yoder splitting off wide left with this formation. Zeltlanger will stay to the top. Ball at the right hash mark at the 29-yard line, and the backs are lined up in the eye of Miranda and Brown. 9 into the center. Here's the snap. Rockies show blitz, and it's going to be a handoff that goes nowhere for Coy Brown at the 30. That'll be a loss of a yard on that handoff.
Yeah, they just did not get the Rockies blocked there, and great job by Plymouth of the whole defensive line getting across the line of scrimmage.
So now it's 2nd and 11. Rode will check back in as one of the receivers for the Panthers.
I love it when Boz makes a tackle because they just go straight down. That running back had no yardage after contact.
Backs will be lined up in the eye. Yoder and Rode are off to the left. 9 gets into the center. 2nd and 11 from the 30. Rode, 9's going to throw the ball, and he's going to tuck and go down. The Rockies trip him up right at the 34-yard line. Darryl Huff, who came off an 8-tackle performance last week against Goshen, has yet another tackle here tonight. That's 4 now on the evening for Darryl Huff.
9 almost got out of that, but Darryl Huff doing the job just like he did last week. Gets the job done with a nice foot tackle. Takes his feet out from underneath him. Now we're looking at 3rd and 14.
So the Rockies defense starting to step it up a little bit here with 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. 20-7, the Rockies have the lead in the Megamoose Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard.
Look for him try to run a play against our blitz here. Look for a little screen pass, something like that.
Spittles and Rhoda to the left. Shotgun formation 9. He's got some time to throw downfield over the middle. The pass is going to be incomplete as he was shooting for Spittles on a cross route, and it did not work. It goes incomplete, and now it'll be 4th and 14 now for the Panthers.
And I think Northwood's thinking about going for it here. Really surprised they didn't try to do something to counteract our blitz, because our blitz is really what's giving them trouble. But they didn't run a screen or anything to counteract it, and or a quick hitter to the outside. They tried to go long over the middle, and that does not work against a blitz.
So it's 4th down and 14 here. It'll be Spittles off to the right.
Shotgun.
And Zeltlanger down low. Shotgun formation again for 9. Here's a high snap. 9 yanked it down, and now he's going to tuck and run. Nope, he's going to throw it over the middle. Pass is going to be incomplete. It was stretched out by Brown, but he couldn't haul it down. So the pass was off the mark, and the Rockies will take over on possession at the Northwood 33.
Well,
I'll make that Rocky 33.
Northwood decides not to try to punt and pin us down around the 5-yard line. They tried to go for a long 4th down and 14. They didn't get it, and the Rockies take over at the 33. See if we can shake off that interception and get this offense rolling.
So Holloway will come to the huddle in this 1st and 10.
No attempts to Curtis yet. We'll see what they want to do here on 1st down. Brock Smith's really carrying the load so far.
T formation here. Again for the Rockies. Holloway is going to hand it off, and Kaiser gets the call, cuts it over the middle, and the guy's going to bring it in by 40, 35-50, and he's going to get dropped down at the 45-yard line of Northwood. Another great run for Trent Kaiser, his 5th carry. That will now get him close to 120 yards.
Boy, he is really racking them up after 2 long runs in a row. He had that 71-yard run, and now he's going to rack up another beautiful run, and he cut it back against the grain, did a wonderful job of stretching that play out. Good tackle by Northwood, though, just finishing him off right when they made contact.
Minute 22 and counting. Full house backfield again. It's a handoff to Kaiser, this time left side, cuts it middle 40, on his feet 35, tucks the ball and gets down to the 30. Another hard run by Trent Kaiser, and again another double-digit run for Trent Kaiser.
Yeah, they just have no way to stop Trent right now. Great blocking. They actually blitzed, and we ran through the blitz, and when that happens, you're in big trouble.
So now it's 1st and 10 for the Rockies. Full house backfield again, this time from the 31 of Northwood. Handoff right side. Houston's trying to turn the corner. Oh, what great stutter step. 25. Brought down at the 22. He just faked out that Northwood player who left his shoes on the ground.
Boy, this is a nice job. As he looked like he was going to try to cut it up the middle and then just exploded to the outside, went right by the defender.
So now it's going to be 2nd and 8, or 2nd and 1 coming up for the Rockies, I'm sorry, on that 8-yard run. It'll be full house backfield again for Plymouth. Holloway under the center. Here is the snap. It's going to be Holloway to throw the ball. He's looking over to the far corner. There he is. Pass is broken up. What a play by Derek Yoder. He may be 5'9", but he looks 6'4" there on that defensive play. Nice job by Derek Yoder.
Ed Johnson was deep in the corner, but the ball just a little bit underthrown because the Northwood defender was able to jump up there and bat it away. 3rd down and 1. That was a good throw down, though, for us. 6 carries, 142 yards for Kaiser right now. Wow. Just really getting the job now, averaging 23 yards a carry.
So 3rd and 2 now for the Rockies at the 22-yard line. Full house backfield, and it's going to be a hand up to the middle man. Brock Smith, 20, on his feet, 15. Lowers his shoulder down to the 13-yard line. On the tackle there, Spittles, and so was David Zeltwanger, the free safety.
Northwood, a very good tackling team tonight. Zeltwanger really just, once he finally got to him, brought him down, and with 51 seconds left here in the second quarter.
And with 51 seconds remaining. T formation again for the Rockies. Yeah, it's going to be Holloway to hand it off to Kaiser on the left guard. Good block from Brock Smith. Kaiser looking him inside out at 5, and he scores! He got into the end zone to the near corner, or to the far corner. What a great run by Trent Kaiser. Brock Smith was able to get enough extra yard block to let Kaiser make that little juke move to get him into the end zone.
Yeah, you know, Brock Smith actually hit 2 players on that. He blocked one so that Kaiser could cut up, and then when Kaiser cut out, he blocked another, and so Kaiser could get around the corner and hit the pylon for the touchdown. Just a great job of team play there.
So, another great run by Trent Kaiser. A well-deserved touchdown finally for him.
Going for 2.
And we're going for the 2-point conversion indeed. Wing back left formation, handoff up the middle. Brock Smith easily into the end zone.
That time the blocks were there, and he walked in untouched. 28-7 now with 42 seconds left in the second quarter, excuse me.
The Rockies now up by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. You're scoring the Maggie Boo's Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard. Let's take a final break of the half. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. That's what Farmers Mutual Insurance is all about. Stop in and see Tammy this week, and by Country Auto Center, where everybody gets a great deal. We'll have our Country Auto Center halftime show coming up in just a little bit with Scott Masters. Here's Tyler Shook getting some air on this kick, grabbed by Corey Brown at his 30. He's going to take the near side 35, and Ivy did a great job forcing him out of bounds at the 40. Stayed right with him and just used that sideline as another defender.
303 yards total offense for Plymouth here in the first half. That might very well be a record. That is amazing. 303 yards of offense, 262 yards rushing, 41 yards passing. And boy, that is really racking some numbers up. A nice safety kickoff there. Made sure there was no run back, and now Northwood, a long way to go. 60 yards with 38 seconds.
Zellwanger will split out to the top. Yoder's down low. Ball left hash mark. Backs in the eye from the 40. 9 dumps it over the middle to his tight end, Sittler, who held onto the ball well for about an 8-yard catch as he gets up to the 47-yard line. Well, we're going to mark that even further to the 48.
Northwood calls the timeout because they didn't get the first down to move the chains, so they call the timeout. And you're going to see everything in this first half.
30.9 seconds remain on the first half clock. Backs, it'll be a shotgun formation here, single back shotgun. Twins to the right, a receiver down low for 9. Here is the snap. 9 drops back, still dropping now. He's going to throw to the near side. Pass caught by Road. Then he tried to pitch it backwards, and the Rockies are going to grab it. Darryl Hoff will wind up with it. They try to get it back to Yoder.
No, he was hit, Tony. That was an incomplete pass. He was hit hard by Kaiser, and that's what made that ball explode out, and they're going to give the ball to Plymouth. Wow, that is
so they give Plymouth the
that
football.
is a really rough call there. There's no reviews in high school football, but he just made the catch, didn't even come down, and Kaiser just exploded on him, and the ball came flying out just as Tony described it, and the Rockies fell on it. So they call a catch and a fumble, and a break for the Rockies. Although there's only 25 seconds left, it does stop that Northwood drive, and we can do anything tonight. So 25 seconds, we can score. Wildcat, Tony.
Wildcat formation again with Hodges as being the quarterback in the shotgun formation. And now Himes comes in motion. It's a handoff to Linnell. He's going to throw the football. He's going to flag is thrown. Linnell throws it deep, but this is going to get picked off unless it's tipped, and it's the tipped instead. And another flag thrown after that play.
Yeah, that's offensive pass interference on Ivy, but there was also holding against the Rockies. So
that play just went,
they were just
the other way.
Trying something else to put on the board for Lowell to look at next week with only 20 seconds left in the half. And Linnell, not a lot of tight spiral on that, but a strong arm. A lot of air underneath that one. That was almost like a punt.
Well, you wonder on that particular play if Ivy would have hugged the sideline a little more, that would have been a little bit more favorable. But it was,
we were just throwing things out there too. I mean, we're just trying to make them think of all the different things we can do with the athletes that we have. That's your two of your better athletes. Although Brock Smith and Trent Kaiser really look like the great athletes tonight, but they tried to tie up with Himes and Ivy there. They're still sorting it out, giving the coaching staff of Northwood the options. And, they're going to decline the holding call. They're going to take the offensive pass interference call. And then
at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Kaiser 20 yards back. Yeah, so they're just kneeling down here.
Yep. So Holloway will take the knee, and that will run out the rest of the first half clock. A good first half for the Rockies. 4 touchdowns on the board, and they lead at 28-7 on the Maggie Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard. Coming up next is our Country Auto Center halftime show, brought to you by Country Auto Center, where everybody gets a great deal. Scott Masters is at a U.S. Granular Sports Desk with scoring up in the honors. Here's his approach. This one he gets under, and it will be approached and caught by Yoder. He dropped it at the 20, gets it. Now Zeltwanger gets to the far side 25. Now 30 before he's upended on a tackle by Kevin Garrity right around the 31-yard line.
Well, I tell you, that's Garrity all the way. He fought off a blocker all the way across there and made that tackle. And that's an individual highlight. If you wanted to point him out in a practice highlight film, he really fought that blocker off well.
All right, so the Panthers, who were able to muster up a total of 103 yards, 66 on the ground, 37 on the air, will be on the offense to start the second half. Normally, this is a group that has already mustered 1,500 yards on the ground and 609 via the air. And here comes the first play. It's an option near side. Fumbled by Yoder. He's going backwards. He eludes Himes and Young, and he's scrambling for his life at the 20. Makes a positive yard at 25 here to the 31-yard line. That play should have been dead to right, 10 yards back, and yet the speed of Derek Yoder turned that into basically a break-even run, as they will spot the ball, actually a loss of 2 yards. So I'll tell you, that was a brilliant job by Derek Yoder, showing his athleticism and utilizing it on what was going to be a very treacherous play for the Panthers.
Yeah, he got away from Linnell Himes and Trent Kaiser. Just I had to tell our listeners how good that was as he got away from those two.
Cam Spittle splits off to the top, down low. You got Zeltwanger, backs in the eye, and it's a handoff to the first back through, and upended there's Derek Yoder. Stays on his feet to the 35 as he kept running, avoiding a late tackle right around the 33. So that will be now a third down, and about a long 7 coming up for the Panthers. Now the Rockies looking for a defensive stop right now.
Yeah, Northwood definitely in a position where they would have to punt if we hold them here.
Kaiser had 5 tackles in that first half. Huff had 4.5, Boswell 3.5, and Shook had 3.
We've been blitzing on this third down. Let's see what we do on this one.
3rd and 7 from the Northwood 35. Backs in the I-Twins left. 9 drops back. He's going to look to the middle, being flushed out of the pocket, and the Rockies are going to bring him down at the 30. That'll be a loss of 5 yards, and a punting situation for the Panthers coming up.
Liddell Himes will get the credit, but he was forced out from the Kaiser's blitz on the far side. I'm really just kind of a little disappointed that Northwood's not anticipating that and trying to call some kind of offensive play to counteract our blitz. It just makes it a little too easy for us there.
Is that just a matter of Benton not quite sure what he needs to do?
I think the coaching staff just got to call a screen on that. He's just dropping back for a deep pass, and he doesn't have that kind of time when we blitz.
That is 25. It's Miranda for Northwood.
Nope.
And he gets off the boot. It's an end over end on the right sideline. Takes the Northwood roll to the Rocky 40, inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. So that's where the Rockies will have it for their first possession of the second half, leading 28-7 on our Maggie Moo's Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard.
Yeah, Northwood forced backwards for a loss, and that allows us to get good field position after the short punt, and we are on our 39-yard line. And Tony, believe it or not, that is our best starting position of the night, 39-yard line.
Liddell Himes is the middleman of this full house backfield. How about this?
They're showing low everything.
Holloway hands it off to the right side. Hodges trying to stretch it near corner. Gets to the 40, stutter steps. He'll still creep and get to the 41 before he is dropped back. They'll stop it at forward momentum at the 42-yard line. Miranda getting the tackle there for the Panthers.
Well, as Tony has talked about all night, great positive yardage on first down. I think he's only going to get 5 on that one, but still not 6 but 5, and that's 4 or 5, and that's good enough.
So it'll be second down and about a long 6-7 coming up, they're going to say officially, so 7. Again, full house backfield. Himes is the middleman here. Off to his left, he's got Hodges, and he's got Smith with him. Hand off Himes. Look at him take on 3 players, and he's going to get up to the 45 before he's rocked down by a host of black jerseys.
Yeah, it's definitely showing Lowell something. That's the first time he's ever taken the ball from the fullback spot. He's taken it from the tight end spot and ran the ball. But now another thing for Lowell to think about when they watch the game film.
They got Joe Porteous on one tight end position and Eddie Johnson on the other. Both have played consistent when they've given Linnell some breathers. And Linnell again is going to be the middleman in this T formation. 3rd and 4 for the Rockies at the 45. Hand off Linnell up the middle. He's going to get a first down run. He breaks it to the 45. And finally the Panthers catch up to him and bring him down inside the 45 to the 44. The IU bound recruit is now going to move the chains for the Rockies on that carry.
Yeah, he's standing up a little too tall for a fullback, but he gets his knees up so high that people just bounce off of him, and he was just able to run through Northwood there.
And folks trying to grab him by the legs. You know, that's how you bring him down.
But
it
hard.
is so tough because it's like trying to tackle tree trunks, and while they're moving, no less.
Yes, exactly.
T formation, 1st and 10 from the Northwood 43. Hand off Himes up the. Nope, it's a pitch right side to Houston. Oh, he escapes once, twice. Can he get blocked?
In the back.
Nope. Block in the back at the 48 by Porteous will penalize the Rockies here after this ended up being a loss of about 4 yards.
Yeah, and that's a spot foul too, so that's going to push us back there quite a ways. And that's just something I'll talk to him about, tomorrow. That play wasn't going anywhere. We're going to stretch it out, and we're going to lose a couple, and the play's over. There was no point at that moment to block in the back.
Well, in Houston, in that run, once he stops, I mean, you're as a lineman, you don't know that. You don't know what he's going to do,
right.
And you're not sure how long you need to hold the block, or there's needs to be a little bit of more communication, with that. But at the same time, I think Houston maybe needs to ride the tail a little bit of his right tight end in that particular play.
Clear back to the 42 of Plymouth is where the penalty takes us.
T formation with Himes being the middleman. As is Holloway in this 1st and 25 from the Rocky 42. Himes gets a call. Can he break it? He does. Gets to the 50. Sheds another tackle. Boy, look at him launch. He gets to the Northwood 44, maybe 46, before he's finally brought down. He's about a couple yards shy of the original line of scrimmage.
You know, this is something I've talked to the people at the bank about all year long. I'd love to see him run the ball. He's probably running a little too high, but boy, he sure can run the ball.
Well, what more do you want in his first carries of the season, Larry? Come on. T formation again. Himes the middleman. It's going to be another handoff. This time Hodges using Himes as a block. Oh, but Northwood did a great job filling the gap and stopping Brock Smith on that carry to the 46-yard line. Is that Smith or Hodges? That was Smith.
That was Smith.
And that's going to be third and about a very long 12 coming up here for the Rockies here.
But again, without passing, we've made it a 3rd and somewhat reasonable, not really, a 3rd and 13, but we've gained a lot of those yards back from the penalty. And the play coming in slow here. Down to 14 seconds as Gordy runs it in from the sideline.
3rd and 13 from the 46 of Northwood. It'll be again up this time a wing back right formation. As it's going to be a pitch to Hodges near side. Can he get a lead block? He's got 3 blockers. Hodges uses them to the 40, cuts it to the 35, shy of the first down. Right around the 35-yard line.
Makes it a very reasonable 4th down call here for the coaching staff. Really, at this point in the game with the score, no reason to punt or don't think about anything but going for it.
We need 2 yards to move the chains in this 4th and 2. This year, the Rockies in 4th down situations have not been that bad overall. As a matter of fact, in 4th down situations, the Rockies are 1 for 3. Full house backfield for Holloway. Himes is the middleman, and Himes gets the call. Takes right side, 1st down run. Spins off a tackle on his feet, 25 to the 21, down to the 19.
Wow.
The L train grabbed several passengers on that ride.
There you go. I mean, way to name it, Tony. That was definitely the L train. That was O'Neill at his best. He makes a spin move, drags a couple people, breaks the tackle, and then lunges at the end for another yard. As a president of mine, as he's getting tackled, to just explode and lunge, and he picks up extra yards with the length of his body.
So O'Neill Himes now with 41 yards on 4 carries.
And boy, Lowell is really going to have some things to think about.
So here we go. It'll be wing back left formation again. Hodges is the wing. Himes and Smith are the splits. Holloway under the center. Here is a handoff up the middle.
Nice tackle.
And the Panthers really stopped it. And Himes gets rubbed down on the floor by Miranda. Not a very sportsmanlike play by Tony Miranda after the tackle.
Nice job of Tyler just getting him out of there. Tyler Vermillion, the center and leader on this team, only a junior, but still he's had so many snaps that he feels confident, leading this team. But
John Barron not very happy with that no call. And he's right. Miranda just drove him after the whistle. Himes was down and Miranda kept grinding him in to the ground well after the play.
There's nothing worse than being the recipient of a smash mouth football, and that's what Northwood's doing, having done to them right here.
Himes is the middleman in this full house backfield. It's going to be Holloway giving him Himes right up the middle. 10 down to the 5. Another great run by the senior. That'll be a 1st down for the Rockies. It'll be 1st and goal coming up for the boys in red.
Boy, Vermillion with a great block. That was a great hole.
Yeah.
Great hole for him to run through. I'd love to see.
Good see, Larry.
Love to see Linnell just lower his shoulder there to get in the end zone, but still a great run.
Tell you what, the last thing you want to do is make the L train upset.
That's right. But a great explosion, seriously, that's what you got to love about Linnell. 3 quick steps.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line of Northwood. T formation. Again, Himes the middleman. It's going to be a handoff to Hodges. Oh, boy, did the Panthers see that. And again, Miranda with another late little shove after the play. Gordy Holloway not happy with that.
You got to keep your composure there. I know it's tough. You want to protect your men.
And John Barron is absolutely livid on that far sideline of what's not getting called.
little cheap stuff there that it's unlike Northwood. Northwood is one of the highest class football teams that we have ever done year after year.
Tony Miranda has had his hand caught in the cookie jar twice with both of those unsportsmanlike incidents. Boy, John is not happy at all on that far sideline.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Full house backfield. It's a handoff. Hodges, our Smith left side. He escapes momentarily down to the 8-yard line where Northwood makes a defensive stop.
Nice defensive stop. Setting up a 3rd and goal from the 8. See if we try to go with a one pass here. Tight end dump. Right now, I don't think Curtis is even in there.
Nope, he's not. Well, we're going to have Brock Smith split off to the right now. Backs are in a pro set. Here we go. It's Holloway to roll to his right. Looking toward the end zone, it's Smith, touchdown!
Nice catch.
Brock Smith caught it right at the goal line. Inside he went, and that's the touchdown for the Rockies.
Well, they're not going to give that to him, Tony. They're going
to stop it at the goal line?
Well, no, they're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that was in the end zone here.
Well, that was in the end zone.
Let's take a look at the replay here.
We're not going to get
right by SPT here, and there's the throw. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown.
And Rockies will have it at the 1-yard line.
And might I add that you can watch this game on SPT 22 with Craig Wallen and the coach after our broadcast tonight.
Gordy brings the play in. The ball
so no touchdown is called right on the goal line. A
great pass by Gordy.
Missed call by the official. All right, so pro set again.
The old trains in the backfield.
Holloway gets the head at the Himes. Can he lunge in? That's a touchdown. No, they're going to roll it. He stopped him again. Then Himes gets stopped again. It looked like a late flag is thrown.
There's a flag goes up, and I'm hoping that's not Plymouth getting the second retaliation there, but we'll wait and see.
And a Northwood player just took his helmet off. Let's see if this one goes in. Yeah, the Panthers really stuck it up well on that goal line. Got to give them credit there.
4th down. That was 4th.
It's going to be 4th, but now
that was
flag.
4th. That's their ball.
4th? Okay.
Yeah, that's their ball now as they hold.
The flag has been thrown, and we'll see. Well, I'll tell you what's gotten bad about this is some of the stuff that's been going on is starting to really start to relay on the field here.
I got to believe Linnell got in on that one, but it doesn't, it's so close. It's really hard to know.
We'll look at it on the replay again from up here in the booth.
Well, definitely the
catch was a touchdown because the feet was in. So that one gets missed.
And then I think they're going to actually call. We'll wait and see. But I think this is going to be a personal foul against Northwood, unsportsmanlike conduct. They're going to move it half the distance to the goal, which is basically 4 inches. And the ball is resting right on the goal line.
So the Panthers, in their over-exuberance, will get called for this one and give the Rockies another chance to punch this in.
No. That was after the play was over.
Okay, I apologize. That was after the play. All right.
And instead of 99 yards, they have almost 99.9 yards to go.
That nose of the football is right. I mean, just barely grazing the goal line. So
we got to give them. They did stop us.
They stopped it.
If you want to call it that, and because the pass was a touchdown.
And a failed touchdown called.
And that's something that they'll talk to Linnell about. You can't go in on that goal line stand. When you're the fullback, you can't go in up. You got to get down low center of gravity, and use your leg strength to just push your offensive line forward and get through there for the touchdown. And they will definitely. Again, this is one thing. While we got a moment here, Tony, I just want to comment on Linnell's football intelligence. He has not played back there in the backfield all season. He looks perfect back there, like he's been there all year.
All right, the ball right near the goal line in this 1st and 10. Rockies coming with a blitz. Now he wants a quick out down the near sideline. His pass goes caught by Yoder. He caught it at the 30-yard line. He caught that over the shoulder in a Willie Mays-like fashion.
Big day right there with him, but it was a great catch and a great way of getting out of the hole by Northwood as they needed a big play.
So the Panthers got that big play, and they'll have it 1st and 10 up to the 29-yard line.
Give Northwood credit. They held our blitz that time. They blocked well for him.
Here we go. Receiver top and bottom, 9 hands off. Fullback or tailback, that's Deemer, up to the 35, and he's going to get about a 6-yard carry there. And It'll be second down and about a long 4, maybe a short 3 or long 3 coming up.
Northwood feeding off the momentum there of that goal line stop and a big 30-yard pass play to get them out of the end zone.
So here we go. It will be the receiver, Aaron Road at the top, and receiver down low. Hand off to the tailback. Deemer, look at him cut. Gets to the 45 and a drop to the 46-yard line. That'll be a first down run for Kristen Deemer. And the Panthers will move the chains again. Boy, I tell you, I like that Deemer's stop on a dime and give a 9-cent change move.
That was a great move. Houston comes up from the safety to get him, and not until after he picks up a good gain and a first down.
But I tell you, that's what makes you kind of hopeful if you're a Panther fan of what you got here and you can do possibly in the playoffs.
Boy,
you've got some talent.
Well, how about this game? You just don't want to give Northwood any momentum.
You don't. Twins to the top, backs in the eye, ball left hash mark from the Northwood 46. Hand off Deemer again, up the middle, got a hole, 50, Rocky 45, cuts it to the 40, a first down run for the Panthers again inside the 40. And slow to get up defensively there. There's Houston Hodges.
Right. You might see Coach Barron call a timeout here in a second. This is not what we want, is for them to get their momentum swing going.
Yeah, Houston is not looking the greatest right now. But he stays out there, and it's going to be 1st and 10 now at the Rocky 38 for the Panthers. It's going to be a handoff, and it's Deemer again getting the call. Finally leg tackle by Damon Howe, and got some help finally. And that was Todd Young ending up on top of the running back Deemer. No gain on that, or gain of 1 yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9 coming up with under a minute to go in the 3rd.
That make a coach happy because they just put in Damon to rotate and give a breather, and he performs on his first play. A nice shoestring tackle.
So with 35 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and the Maguilar's Ice Cream Treatery, or Ice Cream and the Cookie Treatery scoreboard is 27. Here's a big run by Deemer again at the middle. He leaps in the air to get by Houston Hodges down to the 20.
Yeah, Houston's tired of seeing him coming full speed up the middle, because we are getting, they're beating us up the middle, and you don't see that very often. You don't see him running against Boz and Howell up the middle, but they are getting them blocked. Now, Houston just doesn't look good right now, and John Barron wants a timeout. There's your timeout, John Barron. Boz is complaining about.
All right, John Barron having a word with the head official right now, which, by the way, is the umpire is Jeff Meeks. Keith Hoyt is the back judge. Ronnie Bratch is the line judge. Justin Shippey's the head linesman, and the referee is Tom Tallarico. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Left hash marks for the Panthers. In the eye, it's going to be hand out to the tailback Deemer. Rockies finally slow him down. And a loose ball maybe, and out of the pile. Let's see.
I think he was still churning, believe it or not.
Is he still going?
Yep.
All right, another hard run by Deemer will run down the rest of the 3rd quarter clock. So it'll be 2nd and 8 when we come back for the start of the 4th quarter. Rockies lead 28-7 on our Maggie Moves Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard on AM 1050 Sports. Back after this 1-minute timeout.
Northwood 7. Back on Plymouth. You're watching Michigan Video. Matchup of the week. 21-7. Hey, come back to that gal. The gal in the middle is just like my mother. Quarter score. That's Marcy right there. That's my mother-in-law. That's a spin image. 24. I hope I was live, but
thank you.
all right, we are back.
Other games in the MLC, 3rd period, that was on 24.
Thank you.
Taking a 21-7 lead over Northwood.
Time now to give away a Pizza Hut pizza to our 10th caller at 936-4096. That's a Pizza Hut pizza from our good friends Stan and the good folks at the Plymouth Pizza Hut. That's call number 10 at 936-4096. Well, we begin the fourth quarter, 2nd and 8 coming up here for the Panthers. It's 28-7 right now. The Rockies have the lead, but the Panthers with a little bit of momentum out of the eye. It's a handout to Deemer up the middle, trying to leapfrog again, but the Rockies slam him down right at the 18 for a gain of maybe 2.
66 on the stop. Well, that was just a
great stop.
Great job of stopping his momentum. Deemer is hard to bring down without gaining a couple yards, and Boz pushed him backwards. And that time Deemer stood himself up. Boy, Northwood really has the momentum, and Tony's right. The score is still 28-7 in favor of Plymouth, but they do have some momentum here.
Zutwanger and Yoder, twins to the right, backs in the eye, and it's 3rd and 6 from the Rockies 16. Out of the eye, here's the snap, quick out to the right side. Yoder caught it. 20, gets inside the 15-10, on his feet, stays on his feet to the 1.
Oh, fumble.
He fumbled the ball, but he said he was down.
Wow, that's a tough call.
Said it was down at the goal line.
All right, Rockies with Northwood with a big gain there, and now it's time for the Rockies to try a goal line stand.
So it'll be a 1st and goal now for the Panthers. And let's see where the lineup is going to be. Another full house backfield formation. Brown, Deemer, and Miranda. The handoff is going to be to the tight end Miranda, and the Rockies stop him right at the goal line. So, somewhat a little bit of a redemption for the Rocky defense on that play. Miranda, the center of attention a couple of possessions ago, and he gets stopped right at the goal line. So now it's 2nd and goal. The ball still at the 1 yard line.
But what happened to the quarterback sneak, because they are right on the goal line just like we were.
So here we go. Full house backfield again. Brown, Deemer, and Miranda left to right. 9 will hand it off to a quick Deemer. Rocky stop him for a loss of a yard. 25. Trent Kaiser getting the tackle there. So the Rocky defense
Why
making a great stop.
That was a great defensive play, but they went to their 3rd back. And by that time, Plymouth was over the line of scrimmage. They stopped him for a loss. Instead of going with the quarterback sneak to pick up 4 inches, they get pushed back to the 2.
So now it's 3rd and goal from the 2. Again, a full house backfield with Brown, this time Yoder and Miranda. Here's the handoff. It's 9 to throw the ball. He's nailed and throws it incomplete.
Wow.
Tyler Shuck just buried him right in the chest.
Open chest hit. Boy, he felt that one. He just turned around to see where the receivers were, and he was just ramsacked, and he throws the ball.
Boy, Tyler Shuck, how quick is he coming off that snap? 4th and goal now from the 2.
Great job by Northwood's 9 just getting rid of the ball, although it was interceptable when you just throw it up like that. Well, this would be great for Plymouth to stop their momentum.
Northwood had a goal line stance a moment ago. Can the Rockies hold theirs?
Equipment timeout there by the official for Houston, and now they're ready to go.
All right. This time, twins to the right for 9. Miranda and Brown are in the eye. Now in motion goes Yoder. 9's going to throw the football to the right side. Open Miranda. Touchdown.
Came out of the backfield. Just nice job. Nice play call that time. To counteract the blitzing, pushing interior linemen, they just do an outside pitch pass. Nice pass play out in the flats. Touchdown, Northwood, and they keep their momentum on their side.
So now it's 28-13 with 9:33 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Why can't it be easy at this Andrews Field?
It's the team that has great tradition, this Northwood Panthers.
They sure do. Beckwith on for the PAT. Here's the snap, the place, the boot. It's up, and he drove it through. So, with 9:33 left to go in this contest, the Northwood Panthers get a touchdown closer. It's now 28-14 on the Maggie Moo's Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard. We're back right after this 30-second timeout.
Northwood.
Houston Hodges is the only Rocky back at his 15. Here comes the boot, and it's a short little kick to the near sideline that will go out of bounds right at the 21-yard line.
I hope it did. The official called it out of bounds.
It hit the line, but then it curled back into play. So let's see. Is that where the Rockies will take it?
We should get. We'll get better field position than that off of this, and we're going to end up taking
35.
Yeah, we're going to start at the 35-yard line when it goes out like that. So we'll have great field position, and let's see if we can respond to their momentum 99-yard touchdown drive with one of our own.
All right, wing back left formation this time. As Holloway out of the center, fumble the ball, and it's loose on the ground. Picked up by Kaiser. He's going to escape to the far side. Turns the corner before being brought down at the 37.
We have been so fortunate in our own fumble recoveries, as that would have been a huge momentum for Northwood. And Northwood lets one get away there as it's on the ground, and Kaiser picks it up after about 4 or 5 seconds being on the ground. Wow. Just getting knocked around. Kaiser picks it up, runs for a couple yards. 1 yard, I guess they're giving him.
Holloway breaks the huddle. Second down and 8. We gained 2 yards off that fumble.
Come on, let's calm down and make some good things happen here.
Full house backfield here for the Rockies. Out of the center, Holloway. And he's going to follow it, give it to Kaiser, but he is met up right at the 35. That'll be a loss of maybe a yard on that carry.
Yeah, it did not look well. No. Coach Barron walks away from that one as the timing just wasn't there, and now we're in a long third down situation.
3rd and 9 at the Rocky 36.
This is
just back on offense. It'll be wing back right.
They want to stop us right here.
Kaiser is the wing. Here comes misdirection, handoff, reverse this side. Kaiser got it 40. First down run. A nicely blocked Himes. Kaiser slipped at the 46 and went out of bounds.
Well, you heard
great first down run.
You heard everyone in the press box. As Linnell Himes that time lowered his shoulder and threw a great block to pick up 10 more yards. Great call by the coaching staff, as Northwood has had no answer to that play, that reverse play all night long, and Kaiser racks up some more yards.
And credit to left ends on that. I mean, the left end on that play, he had to seal that. But had to be a lead blocker on that. But we did so well pulling left, and that's what made it all work. So kudos to the offensive line.
Big first down, ball now on the 47 of Northwood.
1st and 10 Rockies, T formation, handoff. That's back Smith shedding a tackle. Gets inside the 45 to the 44, 43-yard line, and that'll be a gain of a couple.
It's a good positive gain on first down and keeps the clock running down to 7:34 now with his 28-14 lead. See if the Rockies can keep this momentum slightly turning now back to the Rockies after that big gain by Kaiser.
Full house backfield. You got Johnson on one end, Himes on the other. 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff. There's the call to Tyler Shook. Or is that Kaiser? Nope. It's Tyler Shook as he gets his way to the 40. A gain of 4 yards on that carry.
Again, showing multiple running backs to Lowell if they watch this film.
Down to 7 minutes remaining, 28-14. Rockies have the lead on the Magnum's Ice Cream and Treatery scoreboard. Holloway gets to the huddle.
3rd and 4.
It's at the 41-yard line at Northwood. Wing back left. Hodges is that wing. Shook and Kaiser, the Smith of the backs. Shook gets the call, lunges forward inside the 40 to the 37. That's close to a first down run by Tyler Shook.
Yeah, he is really good at staying low. He is so low, and then right at the end when he knows he's going to get hit, he tries to explode even lower to slide underneath the tackler, and he's made a measurement out of this one. Has a great job of running.
Tyler is 6'1", 205-pound senior. Shook now with a couple of carries for 7 yards. He's been averaging 4 yards a carry. Plymouth already right now with 357 yards on the ground, 49 yards in the air.
Yeah, just a multitude of rushers, too. Kaiser, 179, Smith, 87, Himes, 55, Hodges, 36, and Shook, 7 yards rushing. So a lot of great effort by the offensive line.
Well, it's going to be short of the first down after the measurement. And the Rocky team that has mustered 406 yards of offense, averaging 9 yards a carry in tonight's game on the ground, will try to get a first down.
Yeah, Tyler Shook in there now. Let's see if he'll get the ball.
It'll be a handoff to Tyler left side. Oh, he stays on his feet and stopped by the Panthers right at the 37-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. It looked like he got backed up, and that will give the possession back to Northwood.
Yeah, he kind of kicked it outside one more time instead of shooting up the middle. Again, there's no reason on a short and goal as he kind of pats himself on the head. There's no reason to kick that to the outside.
Outside, right.
But he did, and Northwood again with another
defensive stop. So with 6:25 left to go in this one, it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. And it'll be Yoder and Zellweger to the left side of quarterback Brent Nine. Here is the handoff to Deemer, stopped as Boswell makes the tackle for a loss of a yard.
Just sheds his blocker.
Well, we said last night, or tonight in the pregame, that I felt Boz was going to be a real big key just because I felt that they were going to go after him and double him up. And from this point on, I see a lot of teams really trying to bang on him. In that first half, they were turning his shoulder in, but Boz has done well to square up, and he's been maintaining his ground in the second half. 2nd and 11 for the Panthers. Nine is looking to an out left side, but throws far side. Intercepted by Smith at the 45. 40, sheds the tackle, 35, 30, 25, brought down at the 30.
Great job.
Down at the 20, I'm sorry.
Great job by Brock Smith coming off of his defender, his receiver, and looking back and seeing the ball, turning his body around. A great momentum breaker as the Rockies get another turnover by Northwood in a critical situation. That's been Northwood's problem all year long, is those critical turnovers, and it happens to him here again. Plymouth with the ball on the 20.
So Brock Smith with the interception for the Rockies. Couldn't come at a better time. And for Brock, that is his first pick of the season, and that will slow down the Northwood momentum. So now the Rockies will have a chance to chew up some clock here. Holloway breaks the huddle. He's under the center. Wing back left formation. Hand off to Brock Smith. This sheds a tackle inside the 20 down to the 15. So a gain of 5 on that carry.
Yeah, Brock Smith just all year long has just done a nice job of finding the hole, getting through it. Nothing spectacular. He's asked to run those hard runs up the middle, and there's another nice one for 5 yards.
So the 2nd down and 6. They give Brock a 4-yard gain there, and for Brock on the evening, 14 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown, averaging right around 7 a carry. Here's the handoff, and this is going to be Brock again, and he gets nothing.
Clock continues to run down to 4:55 with Plymouth having the ball in 4-down territory. It's going to be 3rd and 6.
Holloway with the huddle on the right hash mark. Had a short jog to get his play call. And now in a full house backfield behind Holloway. They'll line him up. Here's the snap. Northwood almost jumped, and they did jump. So Northwood.
Nice hard count. Gordon Holloway gets 5 yards. He points towards us.
Did he point toward Plymouth?
No. Offsides. No. The second official got it right. Nobody on that offensive line. Again, experience on the offensive line. Nobody jumped when Northwood jumped. And that makes it easy for the official to call. Now it's going to be 3rd and 1. Another big 5-yard penalty. Offsides penalty against Northwood.
So the ball now at the 11-yard line for the Rockies.
Well, what discipline to stay down in your stance when all those defenders are jumping
out of the tee. Here's Holloway. He's going to hand it off left side. Kaiser gets a call. Flag's thrown. Kaiser stretches it near side 5. Brought down at the 4 by Derek Yoder, the other speedster on the field. But again, a flag thrown right near the line of scrimmage, which usually indicates a holding.
Right. That's usually going to back us up 10 yards from the spot. It will be third down again. This time it's probably going to be 12.
47 years. Yeah, I didn't know how to address it.
So that hold is backing up the Rockies right now.
He's got it figured out.
Probably going to spot this football right near the what, 25? They keep marching. Yep,
right there,
23.
23.
So they spotted right at the 23-yard line on that holding call against the Rockies. Clock shows 4:12 left to go in this one.
Third and 13.
So that's going to be third and a very long 13 yards here.
Well, we stayed with 2 tight ends the entire half, no wide receivers, and we're doing the same thing here.
That's right, full house backfield, double tights. Here's Holloway into the center. He's going to drop back, and a flag is thrown before it happened, and
that's got to be on us illegal procedure.
Again.
And because the play didn't continue, so that will be illegal procedure, Plymouth. The first one of the night that backs up 5 more yards. Instead of 3rd and 13, it'd be 3rd and 18.
So
Coach Bennett's not going to be too thrilled with the last half of our regular season, but the second from last half of our regular season was amazing.
3:45 and counting. Rockies break the huddle. It's now 3rd and 18. They've been backed up to the Northwood 27. Full house backfield. Holloway's going to throw the football. He's looking deep, near corner, up the middle. It's wide open. Hodges, touchdown. Houston Hodges left alone. Zeltlanger had 2 white jerseys to cover, and he couldn't cover both, and Hodges was the recipient of the touchdown reception. That's his first touchdown catch of the touchdown catch of the season, and that ends up being a 27-yard passing play. Huge touchdown for the Rockies there with 3.5 left. It's now 34-14 Plymouth.
Well, let's give credit where credit's due. Houston had to come out of the backfield and go 20 yards down. That offensive line gave Gordy all kinds of time to throw. He could push off his back foot. Great job.
Extra point by Shook. He hits the post, and it goes through.
It's good. It don't matter. It's good.
Well, there's your season right there,
There
folks.
you go.
Getting the breaks. So it's 35-14, and an extra point off the post by Tyler Shook. Don't forget, next week, tomorrow, Friday night's game against the Old Red Devils to begin the 2009 sectionals will be an 8 o'clock start. Shook lets it go, an end over ender. That's going to be grabbed by Deemer inside the 10 to the 10-15, near side 20, cuts it up 25, sheds a few tackles to the 30 before finally 2 Rockies sniff him out.
Good team defense there on the special teams kickoff team. And finally, about the 7th man gets him. He's good at making people miss. Again, only 3:24 now left in the 4th, 35-14 on your Maggie Moose scoreboard. And let me tell you, that was a hard-fought 3rd and 4th quarter there, Tony. It was all Northwood.
It sure was, my friend. Now the Panthers on the offense. They'll be in a shotgun formation here with twins to the left.
Boy, those people can really rush the quarterback now as he's in the throwing position.
9 getting pressured. Screen pass, caught by Deemer at the 30-35, tripped up at the 38. Shy of the first down.
Expecting the blitz and the strong pass rush, Northwood does call a screen, and it is successful for about 9 yards.
So a 9-yard pass completion. We'll make it 2nd and 1.
Wait for that call all night long.
The ball up to the 39-yard line of Northwood. And Road, now the receiver. Yoder, 6 foot, 150-pound junior, splits off to the left with Yoder. Out of the shotgun 9. He's going to look to his right now, look to his left. He's going to run the ball. Left side, escapes at the 40, knocked out of bounds at the 45. Nice shoulder hit by outside linebacker Brock Smith.
Boy, you know, I tell you, Brock Smith is really starting to look like a college football player. He's doing a lot of great things out there. And, you know, still with a whole nother year to go, a whole nother offseason in the weight room, he's going to be a good one next year. He's already a good one. He's going to be a great one next year.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. So now they're up to the 44-yard line of Northwood. Twins to the left, again out of the shotgun. Bet 9. Here is the snap. 9, 3-step drop, dumps it over the middle to the cutter. Spettles had it, fumbled it, and grabbed by Porteous.
Nice heads-up play by Porteous.
I mean, scratch that. I want to make sure, yep, it is Porteous coming up with that one.
Yep.
So the defense creates a turnover, a late turnover on the Panthers with 2.5 left to go in the game.
Good hit, good fumble recovery, and again, the Northwood Panthers caught by the turnover bug. And now the Rockies, I'm sure, will have just a full-house backfield, hang on to the ball with both hands, run the ball, burn some more clock.
35-14, the Rockies have a lead, and they will.
The Rockies are going to rest some of the starters
here.
John Ruff will be the quarterback. The 6 foot, 166-pound sophomore will take the snap.
T formation for the Rockies. Peters is on the left end. Gray on the middle, and it's going to be handoff to Peters, trying to stretch it right side. Lowers his head and buried at the 45. No gain for Chase.
Chase is a 5'6", 120-pound sophomore, and he got hit pretty hard at that time, but picks up maybe a half yard. Again, stays in bounds, keeps the clock running.
12 carries and 44.5 yards now for Chase Peters on the season.
Cole Mann, I thought, was going to be cleared, but
no, I have not been. I don't know if he's been cleared.
Okay, so he's not in there.
Wing back right now for the Rockies. Huff hands it off to Gray. Michael takes it head on. Look at him bowl the line forward and hits down to the 41-yard line.
Good job of running there.
Michael Gray.
Hard to come over here and win, Tony. This is a great feeling. A wonderful first half.
Only our second win or third win here at Andrews Field.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
These guys have taken us to the woodshed so many times at this facility. It's nice that we were able to get out of there without getting whooped again. 3rd and 5. Here's the handoff, and Michael Gray again gets the call, and he'll gain about a yard, and that's all. Down to 1:05 to go and counting.
There's no reason to punt here. Just run another play because the clock will continue to run. Even if we don't get the first down, it's not much of anything Northwood can do at this point.
Play clock still hasn't even started for us. The main clock has, now the play clock has.
Kaiser 179 yards rushing tonight. Wow. Brock Smith 91 yards rushing. Himes 55 in his first fullback role. Wow, just amazing. Hodges 36 yards rushing.
Kaiser with 11 tackles tonight.
Wow.
Mercy. 4th and 4 for the Rockies. Full house backfield. Northwood 40. There's the handoff. And digging close to a first down was a great run by Jordan Wendell, a 5'9", 138-pound sophomore. And I tell you, that would be a nice way to finish off this game. I think it's a first down run right there.
I don't think he made it, but again, another great run by Jordy. And
he missed it?
He had a touchdown last week, I believe it was. And had another good run right there. But just 1.5 yards short. Northwood will take over with 21 seconds. Obviously, everybody in a deep, deep trap for Plymouth. We're going to run out this one play here.
Brett Nine is getting the final instructions from his coach.
Tough loss for Northwood, but they are always great in the postseason because they play such larger teams during the regular season, like Warsaw. Goshen's a 5A team.
Zellweger splits off to the right, Yoder to the left, backs in the eye, and it's a handoff to the fullback, and the Rockies snuff it out on the carry there for the Panthers. There's number 44, Lucio Chumas.
A.J. Ruffing with the tackle, and that's going to be the last play of the game.
And the Rockies finish the regular season undefeated.
And the conference.
And the conference undefeated.
And sole winner, obviously.
35-14. The winners here tonight, your Plymouth Rockies. Stay tuned. Coming up next, it's going to be our Beef O'Brady's post-game show. Stay tuned.